Transformative leaders have a unique set of qualities and skills. For a start off, they are lifelong learners. These folks, men and women, never stop learning. They never reach the point where they say, you know what, I know it all. Just ask me a question and I'll give you an answer. They never do that. They allow themselves to be vulnerable. So even in a private conversation or sometimes with employees, they will allow themselves to have vulnerable moments. They're great communicators. So they can communicate good news, bad news, it doesn't matter what, but they're able to articulate to all levels of the organization exactly what it is their vision is. They do have great vision, so they have a clear picture of where they're going. Transformative leaders are resilient. They just have an ability to control their emotions as well. So they have this power, but they control their emotions. And it's not like they control their emotions and they never allow themselves to become vulnerable. It's not it, but they can control it so that they can present themselves in a certain way at a certain time when they need to. It's almost like they have a power switch that they can turn on and get things done. These are transformative leaders, and these are the types of leaders that I like to work with. Transformational leaders are fantastic at building successful teams. They surround themselves with exceptional talent. They recruit them, they attract them, they retain them, they motivate them, and then they get out of their way, and then they let them do their work. And it's a very interesting skill that these leaders have, is that they just find these people, they motivate them, and they let them do their thing. Transformational leaders are great at just making things happen. Whether it's the force of their personality, their presence, they have an ability to get things done. They don't sit in the background. They know when to apply pressure, where to apply pressure, and how much pressure to apply, but they get things done. It's quite remarkable. Accountability is a big part of being a transformational leader. It's about holding other people accountable, but it starts with holding yourself accountable for whatever it is you say you're going to do. Part of the role of a coach is to help a leader find their true north, which is about aligning their moral compass. Authenticity, which I talk a lot about, is about understanding who you are and then being authentic to that true self. And part of who you are is the values that you grew up with, the values that you've surrounded yourself with. And where leaders have trouble, I think, is where they start to behave in ways that are contrary to the ways that are core to their values. And that's where leaders become stressed, situations become stressed, and bad decisions are made. So part of coaching is helping leaders understand what their true values are, what their moral compass is. They forget where they've come from. They forget their humility at the core of values. And if you can reflect back to a leader what humility is, what understanding where they've come from is, and understanding their core values that they grew up with, that can be a very powerful experience. It's a very powerful thing to watch when somebody reflects on it and realizes that they've misaligned themselves.